field to be out, isn't it, Ruth?
I brought some honey and barley bread, and this is a blanket.
I see.
The star kept me awake, and I thought about you and your wife. Is she all right?
I've never seen her happier.
Here, these are for you.
Oh, you are good to us, thank you. Would you like to see the child?
See the child? Then the baby has come.
He has come, and his name is Jesus. Come, Ruth. We will go and see him.
Would you like to come closer, Ruth? It's all right.
She did not hear you, Mary. The child is deaf. She reads lips. Ruth?
Yes?
Mary asked if you would like to come closer.
Oh, may I?
Of course you may.
Oh, isn't he beautiful? Is he making any sound?
No, Ruth. No sound.
He's so beautiful. So tiny and so beautiful. I shall remember this all of my life.
And then what?
Then she said some shepherds arrived, and that they knelt down before this crib or manger, and they said an angel had come to them.
An angel?
I asked her if it wasn't something she picked up at temple. You remember angels visiting shepherds in Abraham's time? She said it wasn't.
Get on with it.
Well, according to these shepherds, this child is the chosen one of God.
The Messiah?
And more than that, I'm afraid.
More than that?
More indeed. They said he was the Son of God, according to Ruth.
Oh, I better sit down. My child, what's gotten into her?
Ruth is just a small girl with imagination. I suppose all children make up things. But this isn't like her. I think she must be telling what actually happened. I don't think this is her doing.
Ezra, you must speak to her.
But how can I?
No, you must speak to her. We can't have our child making light of sacred things. And besides, what would happen if this got around? Ezra.
All right, Esther, all right. I'll speak to her.
Will he be like, child? Well, some say he will ride out of the sky in a golden chariot, that he'll be great and strong, the kind of a man the people of Israel can follow.
When the Messiah comes, won't he have to be a baby first?
My goodness, child. What a question. What a question.
Is my daughter annoying you?
No, the innkeeper. No. We were just enjoying the morning sun together, talking about new stars and the Messiah. You've trained her well, innkeeper. She's a bright little thing in spite of her affliction.
Thank you. Ruth, I would like to speak with you. Come inside. Will you excuse us?
Of course.
Let us sit down here for a moment, little one. Sit down, Ruth.
Yes, Father.
Did you tell the gentleman about last night?
Only about the star.
Not about the infant and the shepherds?
No.
Good. Now, Ruth, what did the gentleman tell you about the Messiah?
He said he'd be the chosen one of God, and that he would come leading many soldiers, and that he'd be the kind of a man the people would follow.
Then he'd be a great king, wouldn't he?
Yes, Father.
Ruth, would a great king sent from God be born in a stable? Would he be the son of a carpenter? Would he, Ruth?
I don't know.
Believe me, he would not.
But the shepherd said...
Shepherds are not wise men, Ruth. Put little faith in the words of shepherds. Wait for those who are wiser to speak.
If wiser men had said it, would you believe me, Father?
If the priest from the temple or some great king, perhaps I would, but that did not happen. The child is just another infant.
But Father, he was so beautiful.
You were beautiful when you were born, but you are not the Messiah. As your mother said, we must not make light of sacred things, Ruth. We must not spread stories that are not true. So I must ask you to promise me not to go back to the stable.
Oh, Father, please.
Ruth, promise.
May I tell you something first, please?
All right.
Last night, after the shepherds had gone, I was looking at him. I was just standing at the manger looking down at him, and he opened his eyes and looked at me. I had the most wonderful feeling.
Wonderful feeling, Ruth?
It was just for a minute, but while he looked at me, I thought he saw everything I ever was and ever didn't, ever wanted.
And then what?
And then I knew everything was going to be all right.
What do you mean, little one?
I don't know. I just felt that he would take care of everything. That what was impossible wasn't impossible anymore.
That he would take care of everything.
I can't see you talk when you put your head in your hands, Father.
I said nothing, child.
Please, don't make me promise not to see him again. Please, Father.
Can a father deny his child hope? You may go back, Ruth. But remember, we will not speak of this outside the family. There is your wood, Hester. Do you want it by the fire or in the bin?
By the fire. Are you so weary from one load of wood?
Troubled in mind, Hester.
Oh?
I've been to the stable.
And?
The child. The child is wonderfully beautiful. There seems a great feeling of peace about the place that was never there before.
Mm-hmm.
The mother. The mother's a remarkable woman, hardly more than a girl. But I believe it's the infant. It's a quality that seems to come from the infant.
What are you thinking, Ezra?
What am I thinking? I'm thinking Bethlehem is a city of kings. Remember, David ruled from here. I am thinking of the prophecy of Micaias. O thou, Bethlehem Ephratah, art a little one among the 1,000 of Judah. Out of thee shall come forth unto me he who is to be ruler in Israel. And then there's a new star, Hester.
Not you, Ezra. Ruth's only a child.
No, Hester, not me. Much as I would like to see the coming of the Messiah, to think of him as coming in my lifetime, it would take more than the words of shepherds to make me believe that he has come at last.
Oh, Mother, she told me all about it. Now you'll believe me. Now you'll know.
Where have you been all this day?
I didn't understand.
I said, where have you been?
Oh, with Jesus and Mary. She let me stay with her while Joseph went to the census. Oh, Mother, she told
What
me...
she told you is not important. You should have been here with me. You know how much work there is to do with the infill to overflowing.
But, Mother, he is the Son of God. Mary just...
Enough. We will hear no more of your dangerous fancies about that infant. If the priests of the temple could hear such talk, they'd call it blasphemy. You would bring disgrace and God's wrath on us with your talk. Now, be about your work. Did you understand what I said?
Yes, Mother, I understood.
Ruth, do you have enough covers? It's a stable tonight, understand?
Yes.
Good night, little one.
Father,
Yes?
the story about an angel coming to Mary, don't you believe it?
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
But if he is the Messiah and the Son of
But
God...
Ruth, if he were, don't you think his coming would be announced by kings?
But if he were, then he could do anything, couldn't he?
Yes, if he were the Son of God, he could do anything.
And I could pray to him, just as I do to our Heavenly Father.
If he were the Son of God, yes, Ruth. Now let's put out the light. Good night, little one.
Good night, Father. Little Jesus, I believe you are the Son of God, as the shepherd said. And I believe what your mother said about the angel appearing to tell her you were coming. Please, please, dear Jesus, help my father and mother know who you are. They've been waiting so long. And Jesus, one other thing. Will you help me to hear again?
Ezra, are you asleep?
No, Hester, I'm not asleep.
I lost my temper with Ruth today.
Did you, Hester?
She came to me so full of happiness, and I scolded her.
Don't reproach yourself too much. You're tired and overwrought. She knows you love her.
Does she? There was something she wanted to tell me about the child at the stable, and I wouldn't even listen to her. And when she tried to tell me again tonight, I sent her up to bed. I'm so ashamed.
What's done is done, Hester.
I'll go to her, Ezra. Perhaps a little can be undone. Ezra, come quickly.
Hester, is something wrong? Is something wrong with Ruth?
Oh, no, Ezra. When I came in, she was not in her bed. Oh, Ezra, her hearing has returned.
It's true, Father.
My child.
When I came in, she was not in her bed, and then I saw that her window was open, and she was out here on the little balcony, just standing here near the edge. I was frightened, and I called out, "Oh, Ezra!" She heard me.
Child.
Her head was turned away, but she heard me. Oh, God has been good to us.
How did this come about?
I asked him and he gave me my hearing.
You asked him?
Jesus, the Son of God. I asked him to help you believe in him and to give me my hearing back. And then I thought I heard a sound, like the whispering of angels. It was the wind in the cedar trees. Then I heard the bells, and I came to the balcony to look.
The bells?
The bells of the camels. See them, Ezra?
3 great camels going toward the stable.
Oh, Father, was there ever a sound so sweet as camel bells?
Featuring Mae Clark. Dennis Day was your host. Others in our cast were Charlotte Lawrence, Larry Dobkin, Leo Curley, and Dave Young. The script was written by Robert Hugh O'Sullivan, with music composed and conducted by Harry Zimmerman, and was directed and transcribed for Family Theater by John T. Kelly. This series of Family Theater broadcasts is made possible by the thousands of you who feel the need for this type of program, by the Mutual Network, which has responded to this need, and by the hundreds of stars of stage, screen, and radio who give so unselfishly their time and talent to appear on our Family Theater stage. To them and to you, our humble thanks. This is Tony Lafrano expressing the wish of Family Theater that the blessing of God may be upon you and your home, and inviting you to be with us next week when Family Theater will present The Little Prince, starring Eddie Cantor and Wendell Corey.
well, that was a Christmas story, and I thought it was pretty cool, so I thought I'd give it an opportunity for you guys to listen to it. I hope that you enjoyed it. Have a great day. In Jesus' name. Bye.